Shalom, me homies. It's Alex from FormidableFelons.com. I'm here with B More, and she has a wonderful, beautiful brand that I will be dropping down pictures of right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Xlinedenim. And I did a bit of my time with her when I was at Lowell. I'm so happy to have you here. I have a few questions. When did you first get locked up?
I got locked up in 2007. I went to prison in 2008.
Oh, damn, that was a long time ago.
Right.
Also, running it back, first of all, how are you?
I am great. I am wonderful, actually. Grateful to be out, just happy.
Good. And how long have you been out?
Since 2017. So about 5 years.
And did you do all that time mainly at Lowell?
Yes. I probably went to Broward for like 3 months, but most of my time was at Lowell.
Gotcha. Did you go to Broward jail or Broward prison?
The prison. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Broward prison for like 3 months.
Gotcha. I know Paul Ryan sucks, the jail, so I was like, I hope you didn't have to go there.
No, I went into Broward prison for like 3 months. Like some kind of psych ward thing they had down there. I went for like 3 months and then came back to Lowell.
Gotcha. All right. And what did you first get arrested for?
Robbery with the firearm. Yeah, that's what my charge was.
How old were you?
17.
Gotcha.
All right. I was sentenced when I was 18 to 10 years.
So when I got there, it was in 2015. So it was catching up on the end of your sentence, right?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I had about 2 years left.
And did you have any did you do school while you were down or anything, or did you have any vocations?
Actually, I did. Now that I, look back at everything, I wish I would have took fashion design, but I actually took culinary arts, which I have not put into any use. Like, it's crazy.
I have not put my Cosmo at all.
Like, I wish I would have took fashion design, but sometimes that's the journey, whatever.
When I went, I don't think they were offering it at that time. So back when you first got there, they were?
Yeah, they had fashion design when I first got there.
Wow. Yeah, when I got there, they had Cosmo and culinary, and what is the other one? Oh, and school, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, it was tough, but I'm happy that you are out. And how long have you been out now?
Yeah, since 2017. So about 5 years.
Awesome. Coming up. You ready to go see? Do you have people that you're ready to go see now?
Excuse me?
Do you have people that you're ready to go see back in there?
No. Believe it or not. I don't ever want to go back there. Like, if I go back, I don't want to go back. I don't never want to go back. Not even to speak, because I feel like it would be no point. I would rather catch people while they're getting out.
Yeah, there you go. That's what
I don't want to go back in there at all.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I don't see no point in me going back in there and trying to tell people, like, because at the end of the day, it's a whole world in there, and I might go in there and say what I gotta say, but it's a world, like, you're gonna get lost in that world. So maybe once they're out and they're out of that world and out of that environment, they can listen to me. They'll listen to me, but I know for a fact that me going in there, telling them my life story, unless of course they remember me and they know me.
Yeah.
But for the people who don't know me, who have no idea who I am, I don't feel like it's going to make a successful impact the way it would if I talk to people that were, already out, like in halfway houses and, work camps or whatever.
Absolutely. No, I agree the same. It's different when you hear something amazing in church and then it sticks with you in your heart, and then you go back to the dorm and it's chaos and your stuff's robbed while you were at church and you go right back into that world. It's really tough to keep that. So I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
So in your personal experience, do you think that your time in prison had a positive effect on you?
I think my whole experience had a positive effect on me. It made me who I am. It made me appreciate, the things that I have and not worry about the things that I don't have. I feel like it humbled me. It calmed me down. you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it while I was there because I was a in and out of confinement, CM, but it really did. It was I needed that, to help me focus. You know what I'm saying? I think it bettered me in a way that it didn't better a lot of people, but it bettered me.
I agree. Definitely. Do you feel like the practices that you've seen in there by officers and captains and everything, the current practices by the American prison system, do you think that they're effective at all?
No, absolutely not. I know their job is to rehabilitate us, but I don't see how. I don't see how they rehabilitate us. Most of us get out of prison and do good by choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not anything the prison did. You know what I'm saying? It was just a choice, like, that we made. Like, if some people get out and prison didn't bother them, as a matter of fact, they miss it, so they go back. Like,
exactly.
So it's like, really, no, I don't really feel like whatever they're doing, whatever their method is, it's not working.
It's definitely, go ahead.
I don't think it's meant to work, though. Honestly, I don't think it's meant to work. Because if it was meant to work, it would fail. Like, they need people in prison.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I wrote one of my papers when I was getting my associate's degree on prison as an industry, and just how much like people will turn down overseas hiring to hire inmates, but they pay them significantly lower still. And they just need people to keep coming back. The contracts that they have, it's sad. I'll reference some of them as well in the, not the comments, in this screen. I'm working on my lingo still.
You good.
Have you ever experienced something that was like cruel or inhumane while you were serving your sentence? And if you want to elaborate, if not, I completely understand and respect that.
I've definitely been beat a couple times. I've been beat a couple times. I definitely have. I don't know. It's just I was in closed management for like 3 years. So yeah, and there I was definitely beat, dragged out the cell, the whole team coming in, six 350-pound guys coming in and attacking you. Like, yeah, I've went through that a couple times. So,
and the reason why I'm saying is because on my website, I have a 36-page investigation of how the officers at Lowell violated the 8th Amendment and just willingly and knowingly witnessed cruel and inhumane punishment to the inmates, including rape and including beatings. And there's so much in that 36 pages. If you want to check it out, www.formidablefelons.com. It's about halfway through the page. It's a 36-page interview. About page, I think, like 8 or 9 is when you'll start seeing the actual incidences. So thank you for sharing that. And it's impactful to hear from someone that's actually been through it and not just hearsay what they have on paper.
Right.
And do you think that there's equal and just punishments for those that are committing the crimes? I know we've recently seen, I think it was Puckett that ended up getting arrested for dragging that girl down the hall while she was handcuffed.
Right. You know what I feel? I feel like it won't matter until people get caught, right? So this happened. Puckett went through because Puckett's been, I remember Puckett, he's been like that, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was really one of those things where, it went too far, and thankfully this young lady had family, because there's people in there with no family, nobody who cares
exactly
enough, to make any kind of noise. So thankfully this young lady had family, and it was just one of those things where it just went too far. Like I don't even know what kind of time he got.
Let me see. I'm going to congratulations.
Yeah, right. I'm happy about that. Jobs, getting a job. A lot of times, a lot of jobs I got were from people that hired me that I knew, you know what I'm saying? Or they were just shitty jobs. Finding a place to stay, it's a little bit of everything almost. Like, even from something small as getting pulled over by the police, nothing's in my car, but my name gets ran. Now it's just a big deal. Like, it went from, oh, you didn't stop at the red light fully, or you didn't stop at the stop sign fully, to a whole dog search because they ran my name. Like, so it's, I just take it with a grain of salt, with humbleness. It is what it is. It's a decision that it's just part of the consequences. I know that even though I'm free, I'm still in chains, per se, that, even though I served my time, I'm still incarcerated, and
Facing the
I can
stigma.
get that. But, there's ways around things. So, I'm just grateful that I'm out, you know what I'm saying? And I get an opportunity that a lot of people won't get. So I'm not going to complain about it. It is what it is.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. I definitely have faced a few similar circumstances as yours, and just in the thousands of dollars I've wasted in trying to get a place as a felon, trying to defend myself from, I don't live in the best neighborhood, but I can't have a gun in my possession. And I just trying to go through the back and forth. I can't travel. Obviously, felons can't go out of the country for 7 years. And this happened back in, yeah. That's felons can't go out of the country for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
After the end of their sentencing. After they EOS.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know how many people listen to that or how it goes up at the TSA and whatnot. But from my research, you are not able to go. If I am wrong, please forgive me. Please let me know in the comments. I'd like to be corrected if so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right. Do you believe the current legislation? Oh, I already know. Sorry. I like the way I worded this, so I'm going to ask it a little differently. Is there anything that you would improve on the current legislation regarding felons transitioning back to society to make it at its optimal potential to reduce recidivism?
I think it starts in prison. Like, I can't say there's anything, because like I said, everything's a choice. Like, it's so easy I could take the easy way out and do this and do that to make make it easier for me to survive out here, but it's a choice. I feel like a lot of people, don't have the same kind of choices I have, because, I had a supportive family. I don't have any children that's relying on me. You know what I'm saying? So these things also played a part in the choice I was able to make. But I really think it starts in prison. Like, making sure people are ready to venture out into the world in prison. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till the last.
Taxes in school. They don't teach you how to get ready to be out of prison in prison.
No, especially people who've done long sentences. Now, you did 1 year, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be up to you whether you're going to get back on that horse or you're going to try something else. You know what I'm saying? But people who've done long periods of time like I did, I think they need to do better as far as pushing them out into the world.
Absolutely. That's why it's such a pleasure watching you do your thing, because I know you had a decent amount of time to do, a very long time. And then you're out here and you're just, forgive my French, but you are balls to the wall, killing it with everything that you do.
I appreciate it.
I'm in Facebook jail for saying I was going to kidnap my grandma's. Oh, no. Now, this time it was my mother-in-law. So I'm not sharing things at the moment, but I love sharing everyone's stuff and seeing them come up. So it's like I'm saying, it's awesome to have you here and to have you out and doing great. I hate seeing people go back.
Me too. I love to see the growth.
You what?
I say I love to see the growth that I've seen with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, like everybody counted us out. Like, people really counted us out. Like, so it's so good to see people win.
Yes, and especially like you see them like getting out, and then they're like, "I got the keys to my first apartment," and then they're like, "My license is reinstated," and then they're like, "Right." Car. And now they're like, "I've been whipping for 2 years, and now I have my own business," and it's just so beautiful.
Right. Right.
That's what I like to target here. On a side note, have you considered continuing your education?
Nah, I'm more of a learn as I go type person.
I feel that. If you ever do change your mind, I just want to let you know, I'm trying to say this in all the videos because not many people know, Valencia University in Orlando and Palm Beach State College, my school. Go Panthers. We are the only two schools in Florida that provide higher education to felons. So you can have a background and go there. Anyone else will most likely turn you down, but they are guaranteed to work with felons, and they have criminal justice, human service programs. They're very good schools. So if you do ever change your mind, those two are options.
Right.
Well, what helped you overcome the challenges that you faced when getting out?
Say it again.
What helps you overcome the challenges that you faced in getting out, and the rent, and just not the rent, that's my challenge, and trying to find a place to stay and trying to just reacclimate to society?
My family, my mom, when we're in there, we don't realize that whoever loves us is doing that time with us.
Yeah.
We're not really doing it by ourselves. It feels like we're doing it by ourselves. We might feel alone in there, but our family does it with us. You know what I'm saying? So my mom is a big part of, me trying to overcome everything, me not going back because, I would hate to put her through that again, because, I'm an only child. So I was really like, oh, she died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was something I told myself, like I would never put her through that again.
Same here. I recently drove by Gainesville, actually, for my mom's boyfriend races funny cars, and we were up there this weekend, and I put it in my maps. I have a screenshot. I'll put it in there. It said I was 9 minutes away from Lowell, and a few years ago, I visited, and I flicked them off in front of the things. But it's just so crazy being back and now, like how far I am. And my mom was like, I used to stay at this hotel when I used to come visit you, and it's just so heartbreaking to remember like how much I put her through, and now I get talked to.
Right. It is.
And I'm happy that it has some positive effects like that in helping me like value and more respect my family and just not take advantage of the fact that they're there. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And I know there's some people that didn't have family, So like I said, I'm more humble than ever. I'm more appreciative than ever. The little things, I just appreciate just people, me having somebody. We might not have a lot, but at least I have somebody, because I remember seeing people that didn't have anybody, nobody, literally, like people did not have anybody, and it wasn't because they were awful people or they did some heinous crime. They just didn't have anybody who loved them enough, so I'm just so grateful that I have people that love me enough. That means the world to me.
Yeah.
And so I never go back to prison.
That's beautiful.
I'll never go back.
I love that. That's great. And are there any social injustices that you stand for at this moment? Anything that you want to talk about that now that you are going on a big screen that you would like to mention? If not, it's okay. I have several people say no. I
don't really get into it because I'm just a crazy. My opinion be crazy with stuff, but no, not really, not really. I mean, I feel like they definitely could give felons a better chance. Everybody says people need to go back to work, and I always say they need to start hiring felons.
Yeah.
They're complaining about not having workers. Right. They complain about not having workers, and they need to hire felons.
Absolutely.
So I feel like giving felons a chance in the workplace and paying them a decent amount, is something that really means something to me, because I understand. Like, we don't, some people came out, they got 3-4 kids, they can't survive off a $9-10 McDonald's check. You're like, you really have to do something. And a lot of times that's why people keep committing crimes, because they can't survive.
Exactly, because there was no you can't go from 10 years of having no experience and then be expected to go out and get a job anything that's making, even if you're trained for, even if when I had my cosmetology, I had 1,087 of the 1,200 hours. And when I did go to apply, they said, get your degree, but we will have to start you off at the very bottom, which I'm fine with that. I only learned how to teach off an old textbook and only women's. And there's half of my learning that I'm missing. So I'm perfectly cool with that. But it speaks in so many levels of even if you do a vocation there, you go out and it's still, you're at the bottom. You don't have any experience that anyone recognizes. You don't have any credit that anyone recognizes. There's nothing to prepare you.
Right.
You have canteen getting sent into you. Why can't you use that as a chance to build your credit on the way out? Ooh,
that's a good idea.
I'm gonna edit that part out so nobody hears it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, has your experience made you want to impact the community? And I feel like you're definitely doing that with your brand.
Right. You know what, though? I would say this, like, my brand, you know, I really try to speak more to the youth. You know, the youth means a lot to me because, you know, I got incarcerated at a young age, right? So the youth, I know the youth is impressionable. You know, when you become an adult, you get out of bed and you're going to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But when as a child, you usually get out of bed and do what somebody tell you to do.
That's true.
You know, you're more impressionable as a child. So, you know, I want children to understand that, you know, despite what it may look like, prison is not fun. It's not cool. Nobody cares. Like I don't care if you killed 20 people. Nobody cares. You have a bunk and you have a DC number and that's it. Like you're not greater. You're not better. You're not more respected. You're not anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and God forbid somebody finds out about you killing those 20 people. And the first moment you have an argument, they're going to bring it up.
Yes.
Like, it's nothing cool about it. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I know people act like, you know, it's such a badge of honor, but it's really not. It's really not. And it's nothing wrong with staying away from trouble.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with staying away of trouble. And even if you do get in trouble, you don't have to keep getting in trouble. You know, you are responsible for your own path. You know, my motto in my brain is complain about the distance or walk the journey, mark your spot. Because, you know, a lot of times we complain about how far it is to go, but whether you complain about it or not, you still have to walk it. And if you don't, it's still going to be there. You can either complain about it or you can just move. Like there's no hurry up and get there. There's no plane that's going to take you there. There's no train that you can jump on and it'll get you where you need to go. You have to decide to take those steps. But I want to let
comfort zone.
Yeah, I want to let the young adults just understand that there's more to life than what they think. You know what I'm saying? They have to get outside of their box. You know, I want to make sure I want to bring more things into my community besides just sports. Because a lot of people in my community feel like, you know, basketball, football, that's the way out, or rapping or whatever, that's the way out of the community. When there's so many things, especially nowadays, we got 2-year-olds, 1-year-olds can work a laptop better than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many things out here nowadays, like coding, you know, like fashion design, that can get you paid and you don't have to be in the box.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Focus yourself and do what you like you said, just making the step and actually focusing and staying on that path, then you will create something. And you are a prime example of that. I'm happy that you elaborated your motto. That was my next question. So thank you for that. And I noticed that consistency was really, really a big part in all like your posts and everything. You're just like, I stay on it, stay on it, stay on it. And that's definitely important, especially for the youth to hear too. I think a lot of like our generation and the one below us is, well, how old are you?
32.
You're a little bit older than me. I'm 27 next week.
Right.
And I just feel like there's not as much work ethic, you know what I mean? And I feel like that consistency as a constant reminder needs to be not drilled into people's head, but just reminded. Like, do take care of yourself all the time, but be consistent in what you want to do. Because you definitely can do it.
Right. You know what I think? Because I always have this argument with the older people about the generation's work ethic, and I always say like I don't think they have terrible. They don't have any work ethic. I think they just it's different now because back then it was like people worked so hard for things they didn't love, and nowadays it's like people want to work hard for things they love. You know what I'm saying? The younger ones want to. They don't. It's not they don't want to work hard. They just don't want to work hard at things that they don't love. They don't like. When back then it was like, even though I don't like this job, even though I don't love what I do, I gotta work
have to
hard
do
at it.
it.
Right. Like,
There's
and
more
it's not like
option.
that no more.
Yeah.
It's like, once people find out what they love, then I feel like, yeah, they'll work a little harder at it. But
You're absolutely right.
I feel like a lot of people don't be finding. A lot of people feel like they're lazy, and I don't feel like they're lazy. I think they're more passionate about what they want to do with their life than ever like the other generations, the
You're
older
absolutely
generations.
right. I didn't think of it like that even. Thank you. That's a very good point in that they don't like you said, they have to work and they had to do their jobs. Whereas this now we don't have to. We more value our mental health now. And if a job's not right for us, we can move on to another job. And like you said about loving things more, then yeah, we're going to go towards more what we love rather than the place that we don't like.
Right.
Love it. All right. Well, two more things. With Xline. Oh no, a few more things. Sorry, Xline. When did you start it?
2 years ago. Yeah, so 2020.
And how did that come about? What made you decide you wanted to do it?
It was an idea. And then like one day I used to talk to my best friend. Shout out to Sade Morris, Bede.
Hey girl, I hope you watch this. Haven't seen you in forever.
Right. So I was talking to her, like, I used to talk to her about my ideas, and one day she was like, you know what you need to do? You need to start that clothing line. Start it. If you start it, you know what I'm saying? So she gave me a pair of shorts, and I painted an X on it. It was terrible. It was a terrible X. It was so ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it just started from there, and I just kept going. Like, I kept finding, I kept trying. I did another pair of pants with little X's all over the place, and eventually I found the exact X I was comfortable with, and then I found my X that I use now, which is my brand's my logo, part of my logo. So it just started off with a little seed, and I watered my seed.
Awesome. Faith size of mustard seed.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I pretty much did the same thing in Formidable Felons. I had been waiting for a year and I was like, just make the website.
Right.
One day I decided to do it and it ended up working out really well. I'm happy
That's
to
good.
Keep
going.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. That's why I'm happy to have people like you on here.
Right.
So with the company, how long did it take for you to get that X that you wanted and like the true design that you were comfortable?
Well, I don't know. Like, I've had my ex for a while. I'm not gonna say the beginning, but I've had my ex for a while. I just wasn't utilizing it like the way I utilize it now because my clothes were handmade. I painted them myself, so I don't know how to draw or whatever. So they were paint. I was painting it myself.
You still do some handmade pieces?
No, I absolutely not. I don't do no handmade pieces anymore. So I didn't utilize the X. I utilize the X more that I don't have to. I don't paint myself. I get somebody to manufacture. I manufacture it now. So I don't know. I say a good. I've probably been using my X on my stuff about. Oh, that's a good question.
I just thought of it now. It was random when I was curious.
Yeah, probably like 6 to 8 months, I would say.
Awesome. And you like it? You've seen success with it and everything?
Yeah. I feel like it's cleaner. I'm able to recreate the same, like, I can recreate something. Like if you see a shirt and you like, oh, I like that shirt, I want that shirt, I can recreate it like the same exact way now, better than me trying to just do it the same exact way that you've seen, because I'm not perfect, but
Yeah.
I can get it perfect now.
Nice.
And that's all about branding and designs and learning. It's a lot I had to learn along the way.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do now with all this. All right. Well, I definitely am super happy to have had you for this interview. I know it's been taking a while. I'm sorry. But I just want to shout out you and Xlinedenim and pictures here. Going to be a whole bunch of them. I already have like 15. And if you are interested, please feel free to message her. What's your info?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at X_Linedenim.
I'll put it right there. Awesome. And if you guys want to reach me, my name is Alex and I'm at Formidable Felons. I'll be posting my stuff right here as well. And I will go ahead and let you go then. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. You stay on here for a second.
Homie.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah,
okay.
That's nice.
All right. I apparently am Jewish, so hopefully I won't get too much hate. All right. One more time. 3, 2, 1.